It was meant to be the happiest day of their lives. Meera Sharma, a bright and independent 26-year-old woman from Jaipur, had finally said yes to marriage, something she'd postponed for years to focus on her career. Coming from a traditional Indian household, Meera always felt the silent burden of cultural expectations. Her parents, though supportive, feared judgment from extended family and society. So, when a well-mannered and financially stable suitor named Aarav Mehta came along, they breathed a sigh of relief. Aarav, 30, was everything a conservative family could want. Educated, wealthy, and deeply rooted in cultural values. Their courtship was brief, traditional, and approved by both families. In just 3 months, their marriage was arranged, and wedding festivities began with grandeur. The wedding was nothing short of a spectacle, an elaborate multi-day affair in a heritage palace on the outskirts of Jaipur. Lavish decorations, rituals, family dancing, and vibrant colors filled the air with joy and anticipation. Meera wore a stunning red lehenga, smiling through the anxiety and exhaustion that came with days of rituals and new beginnings. Aarav, calm and reserved, observed everything with pride and confidence. To guests and family, they looked like a perfect couple. But behind the ceremonial smiles and exchanged garlands, a storm was quietly brewing, one that no one saw coming. That night, after all the guests had left and the celebrations wound down, Meera and Aarav were finally alone in their luxurious bridal suite. The bed was adorned with rose petals. Candles flickered. The atmosphere was set for intimacy and closeness. But within minutes, everything changed. According to investigators, what happened in that room was a complete transformation, from passion to fury, and from expectations to violence. Aarav claimed he discovered something he wasn't prepared for. He confronted Meera about her past, something she never imagined would come up so aggressively on her wedding night. He accused her of not being a virgin. His voice escalated, and Meera, startled and scared, tried to calm him down. But cultural shame and ego turned his suspicion into uncontrollable rage. Neighbors in nearby rooms later reported hearing loud shouting, followed by a chilling silence. The next morning, hotel staff found the room locked from the inside. After multiple unanswered knocks, security was called. What they found inside was horrifying. Meera lay motionless on the bed, her bridal jewelry scattered on the floor. Blood stained the white bed sheets. Aarav sat on the edge of the bed in shock, his hands trembling. He didn't run, he didn't cry, he simply stared at the floor. Authorities were immediately called, and he was arrested on the spot. The post-mortem later confirmed Meera had been strangled. The news shocked the entire community. Social media exploded. One headline read, "Bride killed hours after wedding, a question of honor." Families who had just celebrated the marriage days ago were now attending Meera's funeral. Aarav's family remained mostly silent, hiring top legal counsel to protect their son. In court, Aarav's defense tried to paint the crime as a moment of temporary insanity triggered by betrayal, but prosecutors argued it was premeditated cultural violence, an obsession with control and purity. During the trial, intimate details of Meera's life were picked apart. Her previous relationships, her independence, her time living in Mumbai, all were used against her by Aarav's defense team. It wasn't just Meera's life that was under trial, but her dignity. Despite this, the evidence was damning. Witnesses testified to Aarav's controlling nature during the engagement. Chat logs showed a pattern of suspicion and possessiveness. The judge, after months of proceedings, sentenced Aarav to life in prison without parole. The story raised burning questions about honor, patriarchy, and the price women continue to pay for choices society deems unacceptable. Meera's death was not just a murder, it was a reflection of how deep cultural toxicity can go. In a country racing toward modernity, stories like Meera's remind us that old beliefs still hold power, and sometimes that power turns deadly. To this day, her story haunts those who attended that wedding. Her friends speak of her strength, her laughter, and her dreams of starting her own event company. But none of that mattered in the end to the man she married. One night, one accusation, one life lost forever. What was meant to be the start of a beautiful new chapter ended in bloodshed, all because she didn't meet one man's twisted definition of purity. So we ask again, what really happens when marriage turns into murder? When culture demands perfection, and one moment of perceived betrayal becomes a death sentence? Meera's story isn't just a tragedy, it's a warning. What do you think? Was this a crime of passion, or a deeper reflection of dangerous cultural expectations? Comment your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life crime stories that expose the chilling truth behind closed doors. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new upload from Netflix Crime Story. Share Meera's story. Let her voice be heard and help start the conversation about honor, control, and justice.